Okay, so you might have already seen Broughy has now tried Gfred B, and quite frankly, it was an absolute disaster. To be fair, he still got third, but RBS got a stream record on a longer route than the normal one, so um, Broughy wasn't happy. As a result, we're going to introduce some further fairness improvements. The race itself has not been altered, but 3 new rules have been added. So specifically, no scuba suit for the swim. As you can see, you have to swim on the surface, same as we always used to. Second rule, no sports or supercars at any point throughout. Apparently the fact that we'd put a 9F on the road for Broughy to take spawned lots more 9Fs and meant that people were able to get cars actually before him that were as fast and absolutely slaughtered him in the race. So no sports or supers at any point for anyone except Broughy. And finally, many people commented that the full send was not evened out for fairness, which is difficult. You know, there's a lot of different routes down. So I think the best way to do that is to have only Broughy being allowed to do the Chiliad descent with a car. Everyone else will have to get down on foot or parachute if you want to use your chute up. So as we can see here, swimming was significantly slower. As far as the fast run goes, we'll leave it up to Broughy to decide whether he wants to do that. It might be a bit tricky for him, to be honest, but no one else is allowed to do it, obviously, only Broughy, if he decides to give it a go. So, as usual, we'll skip the run. So, for the banned cars rule, we're banning sports and supers, which is not perfect, but it's easier to police than having an ordered list based on performance. So obviously any sports or super that you encounter, you're not allowed to get into. The 9F, obviously, except Broughy. The Feltzer, Infernus, the Bullet, Voltic, even the Buffalo, which I often forget, and the Penumbra. Yeah, even that. So yes, if you do get in a sports or a super, then please do get out. Still can't think of any way to make the quarry checkpoint any fairer, so suggestions in the comments, please. Still no changes at the airport jump. I don't think we're at the point yet where everyone has to be forced to go through the inside except Broughy, but we'll see. As we get to Chiliad, the third rule comes into place, which is that you're not allowed to use a car to get down. Obviously, we're still going up the hot lap route. If you've got a car that can make it, you might have to go the OG route, who knows. But once you get to the top of Chiliad and get the checkpoint, then you will have to abandon your car. Obviously, try and put your car in a safe place first before you get out. You don't want to be getting in Broughy's way. But yes, get out the car and descend on foot or parachute. Or, if you would prefer, just throw yourself off. So you can choose to use your parachute as you descend Chiliad, but obviously that means you won't then have a parachute for the end, for the OG parachute line. You'd have to make your way to the shore somehow, avoiding Broughy's only route to the Hail Mary. I've opted to do my free-fall line, which takes a bit of practice, but it does mean that you get to keep your parachute for the end. So having landed in the water and thankfully not died, which can happen quite frequently, I will need to get another car, obviously not a sports car, and then make my way to the end. Choices of car around here are usually slim pickings. I think in this I'm getting a Mesa, which isn't bad considering what spawns around here. I'll probably take it to the end. You can swap at the observatory, but again, remember, no sports or supers. I'll be carrying on here with the Mesa to the end. Obviously, do remember that not allowed to take the Hail Mary line. I had to take the OG parachute line, as the Hail Mary line is designated, as we see here, Broughy 1322 only. So as I go up the OG parachute line, having kept my parachute from doing the free fall line, I can simply jump off and parachute to the end. No doubt Broughy will have already finished by now, having had a 9F the whole way and being able to go down Chiliad with his car, which is invincible, and also do the Hail Mary line. If he hasn't managed to beat this time, then, well, frankly, we're in trouble, and it's probably the end of the line for Gfred. So there we go. I think that's about as fair as I can make it without completely ruining it. But if he doesn't manage to beat this time, then yes, I guess it is back to trying Ruined Fred. Link in the description.